being on.
I don't know, it's just distracting. Don't worry about that.
Okay, soon as
Okay,
Soon as-
we're ready to roll.
we're ready to roll, are you going to?
We are.
Okay, it is, well, I'll start. Notice is hereby given that a regular meeting of the Park Advisory Committee will be held on Tuesday, April 5th, 2022 at 6:31 PM at City Hall, 228870 Priest Road, Sandy Oaks, Texas. All agenda items are subject to action. The city of Sandy Oaks will also provide live stream video and telephonic access of the meeting through the link. And you can find those links on the city website and the meeting ID. I won't go through those. The telephone numbers are also there. The public will be permitted to offer comments in person, telephonically, or by video as provided by the agenda and permitted by the presiding officer. I better put my glasses on. During the meeting by signing up with the chairman at least 15 minutes in advance of the meeting. If providing comments in person, and at least 2 hours in advance of the meeting by emailing tbrittpino@cityofsandyoaks.com or by calling 210-850-3295 if speaking telephonically or by video. Written comments may be submitted to the chairman up to 2 hours before the meeting by emailing, and I already gave my email. So I'll call the meeting to order. We really don't need a quorum call because this is not a meeting, but I just wish everybody would state your name for the purposes of the meeting. We'll start with you, Priscilla.
Priscilla Schmidt with Public Works.
Okay,
Raylan Rogers. And Garza.
Tom Rapino.
Gloria Sarmiento.
Okay, that being done, if you read all.
Tom
stand-
Rapino.
I said Tom.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You did. I said it softly, I guess. I'll
Are
we'll stand for
they
the.
on mute or?
Oh, yeah, is it on mute or?
Is it?
I hear everyone.
Okay,
okay.
Charles is here.
And Ruth?
Ruth?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, good. So now we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We'll move to agenda item 3, and that is citizens to be heard. I checked the website and no one has called me, so there are no citizens to be heard. So I'll move to agenda item 4. Receive information from Priscilla Schmidt regarding the park, discuss security and other improvements proposed by Public Works Department. Priscilla, you have the floor, and we talked about some of this, but if you want to relate some of the things that we were talking about, we can discuss them.
Yes, sir. Good evening, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Priscilla Schmidt with Public Works and been having a lot of issues in our park. That's nothing new. What I'd like to bring to the table is some more security cameras that reach out to the actual playground, the park area. And in doing so, it's going to require, we have cameras in place, but it's just not enough for what's going on in the park. And I feel that we need to get some electricity. I've been working with Jerry with IT, our computer guy that does all of our security systems. Would like to check into having some electricity ran from the front of the building, from the front of the pool area out there to the park. We've already lost one of our solar panels due to strong winds. And I don't want to see that happen, but I'd like more lighting. It's still way too dark out there, even with our solar lights out there. I'd also been talking to some people in the community, a couple that live very close to the park, and they're willing to get on board. I have another couple that are willing to get on board and make what could become a crime watch, a park crime watch, and including the Parks Committee, having more people patrol the park. And then also I wanted to also include law enforcement, our police department personally, to do more drive-bys through the park on some downtime, and just park there. And also I'd like to try to get a hold of BCSO and their downtime when they're in our neighborhood patrolling also, and see if they might patrol our park area. But my ultimate goal is to get the park lit up. More lighting is going to deter them. There's too many dark areas in our park for the vandalism that we have going on. The most frustrating part for me right now is the cameras I do have in place. You're seeing a lot of people getting turned away from the restroom because of them. They've already vandalized the restrooms. One of the sinks is broken. Some teenagers broke the sink off the wall, and in the other restroom, they started a fire. So the restrooms are closed due to these situations happening. So I just, if y'all have any questions or concerns, don't hesitate. Y'all know how to get in contact with me, but any input anyone has, I would like for us to get together as a community, either volunteers or just a community period, just to try to do something a little better. There's a lot of activity going on in our parks right now. People just sitting back and relaxing, and I like to see that. What bothers me the most is see the children turned away because our restrooms are closed right now,
And then the vandalism.
and the vandalism.
We'd have to put out some sort of request for people to, sign on to the crime watch, so to speak, and then you'd have to sort of set up a schedule for when people are going to do that sort of thing, and we'd have to have, it would have to be really set up. I mean, we'd have to do a good job setting it up. It'd have to have, where people would have to sign a waiver, where, if they were injured or anything, the city would not be liable. Then we'd have to have schedules where people could sign up when they would want to take part in scheduling, when they would watch, when they would be on duty to watch the park, and then and we'd have to set up protocols on how they would patrol, or whether they would just set in a certain area, and then what would happen when they saw an incident, how they would react. They certainly wouldn't want to get involved.
No, I don't want anyone getting involved in any criminal activity that's going on in our parks currently or in the future. What I would like is more vigilant
Mhm.
community, regulars. I know of two couples that go to the park frequently. And I would like to see more of that in our community, just in general, people walking through the park and being more observant of the youngsters.
And certainly we could put out something that says, if you're in the park, be observant of what is going on, and if you see something, say something to the proper
Maybe put a
authorities.
sign out there with the non-emergency number. Of course,
Correct.
put like if you feel like it is an emergency, call 911, but put the non-emergency number. I have noticed that a lot of people on Nextdoor ask what that non-emergency number is.
Correct. And I just feel like more signage in the park, letting them, once I'm hoping I can get the electricity put out there, and I'm hoping I can get the security cameras that I'm looking for. Some have just been purchased, to where I don't have to climb up a ladder, and get to those. So those will be,
Well, if,
On
when
my
you get the
phone.
quotes for all that stuff, bring it back before the committee. So
I already
that
have the
we-
cameras.
Okay, you already have the cameras.
Yes, sir.
but
I've already
I
placed the
mean,
order.
the quotes to have them installed, and if you want to,
Yes, sir.
and if you're going to get what the quote is to get it,
You
get the
can
power
back and
brought
get it.
out there,
No.
then, so that we could then bring it before the council to
Okay,
get, to get approval to spend the money.
okay. So would you be okay with the fact that I would be trying to get electricity ran out that way?
I'm
to get
okay
security
with it,
cameras with
but if it's going to help the park, improve the park, and as we talked before, it might even allow us in the future to, light other areas or improve other areas by having at least power out there. I don't know, Mayor Fillinger, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm all for run the power.
I thought you, yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need more lights out there. We might look at the sheriff's cops cellular on patrol. It's a little training thing that they put you through, but once you're certified, you go to the head of the non-emergency line. We might try to promote that amongst the people that are concerned about it.
Okay, that sounds like a great idea. Also, I don't know if any of y'all noticed, y'all were discussing the butterfly garden in the past, over that area at the
It's
golf
very dark.
course, period. That entire golf course is pitch black. So if anybody wanted to, they could be over there in that area. These solar panels that we have, I don't want the city to feel like we just wasted the money. We didn't waste any of the money. I want to reutilize them somewhere else where it would brighten up darker areas in our park. But my main focus is to get us electricity in the playground, the basketball areas, because there's a lot of activity going on at night that it doesn't need to be.
Let me ask you about the solar panels that we lost. Was it because they weren't secured enough, or was it
It could be poor quality, to be quite honest with you.
Did it-
It was only one panel that came off, but I think it's just due to poor quality of that product.
it just ripped it up? Is
The
that?
wind, yeah, just
Yeah.
picked it up, and the panel's not shattered, so that's a good thing.
So
But
it's still operational if we or you're not sure?
it's a little high. It's a little past my tractor contraption for me to get up there, so
Oh,
it's,
I see.
can't answer that question right now.
Okay,
But I would like to see if I can maybe get y'all guys 3 quotes from an electric company, because wasn't very successful with Queenie this week.
well, he
So-
may respond tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
But would y'all want 3 quotes
Is
or
that
just
Queenie or Queenie?
Queenie?
I may know his wife. I don't know.
I don't know. So if y'all are okay with that, then I will start working on my part, and then I will present it to you, to council, or to present it to Parks Committee. Because it's just too dark.
Yeah, just let me know so I can get those things on the agenda,
Yes, sir.
or the mayor can do it, or any of the girls. They can put it on the agenda too.
I communicate with them quite often, so
Yeah. I
no
know.
problem.
Yeah.
Let them know.
How bad is the sink?
It's, they stepped on the toilet to literally give that everything they had, and we no longer have a sink on the wall.
So did
It's
it
gone.
It's porcelain. They
until
shattered it.
broke the porcelain.
So I've already ordered 2 metal sinks, but,
Can we make those bathrooms like they have in a prison with metal sink and a metal commode?
They
and-
could probably just tear the wall out then.
don't give them any more ideas on the toilet.
Mm.
So,
Well, that's next. probably.
yeah.
yeah.
It didn't damage the water or anything.
No, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Those,
Shut off.
yes, well, the faucet was turned off, but
Could have
Yes.
broke the pipes.
so we're just waiting. I have the metal sinks already. I've already ordered them. It's just a matter of us getting them put in place. So that's pretty much all I have for y'all.
What next?
Okay.
Don't
Don't
say
ask.
Don't
that.
ask.
Don't
'cause
ask.
You don't
Don't
wanna
ask.
know.
Don't
You don't
ask
want the
that,
answer.
no.
Well, thank you, Priscilla, and we'll, let us know about that stuff. I mean, we want the park to be well lit. We want the
Want it to be
vandalism to
safe.
stop. It's not a bad idea to get, people looking out for what happens in the park and reporting it. So, if we do, catch a couple of these guys and, they get punished, maybe it'll, quell some of it. It won't do all of it because,
I already know who the group is, so
Monday, there were two, was it Monday? 2 boys
Yeah.
in the park skipping school, I guess, and they went out to the swings and well, I don't know where all they went, but they spent the whole day in the park. They were still there when we went back to give away food.
The third one joined them.
Yes.
but they didn't do anything bad. did
Not
they?
that we
Well-
saw.
No, I mean, that's what the park's for, but
Yeah, but they're not supposed to be
Yeah,
skipping
but
school either.
teenagers-
maybe they were.
we were just having a big issue over in the swing area right now. They're assembling, they have disassembled one of the swings. And then they won't stop flipping them over to where other children are not even allowed to even use it because
Can't reach them.
They can't get in.
they've
them.
been thrown over the rail there. So it's very dark there in that area.
Well,
So,
hopefully the power will, if we do get power out there, we'll be able to light that area too.
Okay.
Okay, well, thank you, Priscilla.
thank you.
And hopefully we'll get some of this stuff done.
Y'all have a nice evening.
You too.
It is.
What do we do to turn this off? We don't need to turn it off yet.
No,
With
I
that,
will not
where
do
that
that.
arrow is or whatever.
Okay.
where that was, just roll that mouse over.
What
right
did
there.
it say under there?
Stop.
Just
Uh-huh.
Stop. Okay.
And then
We
there's
can do
an
that.
end over here.
If y'all need to, call me,
Oh, it
Okay.
says end over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, okay, all right.
but there's stop here and
Okay.
then something's gonna pop up over here in this area. But
Okay.
just call me and then
All right.
automatically start recording. I'll walk you through it.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Y'all have a nice
Thank
evening.
All
you.
right.
You too.
Bye. See ya.
Okay, so if there's no further discussion on that, we will move to agenda item 5. Discuss and possible action on planning to bring the Monarch Butterfly Garden to completion. I mean, I don't think we've moved anywhere.
We haven't, and Mary's plants are ready to go. They're about to die. And she wants to go plant them. Don't go plant them. Just go plant them. Where?
I don't know if she'll be doing much herself now
Well,
because
that's
of her
true. She's
knee.
hurt.
How did she hurt herself?
She tore her meniscus.
In her knee?
Mhm.
Hmm,
But
that's
she
not
does
good.
have a bunch of plants and I'm sure we can go get them from her and get them
So
in the ground.
if there's no discussion on moving forward with this yet.
I mean, are we gonna do it or are we
Yeah,
just
we're
gonna
gonna
call it off?
No,
or-
no, we're gonna do it. I mean, there are.
Hey.
Go ahead, Charles.
Yeah, if you have plants, we can go out Saturday and start putting them in.
Well, we got the Easter egg roll on,
Saturday's the Easter egg hunt.
Okay,
but we could do it,
Well, not the following
Another day?
weekend, that's Easter.
we could do it during the week
Yeah,
Mhm.
if we have, if there's,
we'll talk to Mary about getting the plants from her. I know she'd like to help, but if
I
her
know.
knee is out of whack, it's out of whack.
Yeah, she needs to stay off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I know she's gonna be there Sunday or Saturday. I don't think
Well, let's
Okay.
all confer on Monday to see what our week's gonna look like. And
Okay.
Okay.
if,
That,
and then if we have time that week, I know it's Holy Week supposedly, and there may be other festivities that,
Well, Monday we give out the food,
Yeah.
but other than that, we're good to
Yeah.
go.
okay, I don't know what other things people may have, but we can all check our calendars
yeah,
and
yeah.
see
They'll
see
all
what
have
we
to check
got.
the calendars.
Okay, so
Charlie's appointment.
we can move on to agenda item 6, discuss and possible action on updates and issues from the community center, and we'll turn it over to Gloria.
Hi, everybody. So this past Saturday, the 2nd, we had our Easter basket decoration, and that was absolutely wonderful. We had a
So
lot more.
fun.
It was a lot of fun. We had a bigger turnout than we ever expected. Which kind of leads me, that's a segue to, I got a little list here of stuff that I think would really help out the community center. Of course, we'll take it as we go, but the freezer would be something
Which
ideal.
was
We need
already agreed on.
6 more tables, like the tables we have already, because this time we ran out. We didn't have anywhere to sit people.
And where we're going to get 2 freezers, right?
That was what they had said.
I think
That's what Charles had said.
I mean, we're
So
good with
two,
1 right
but-
now, but 2 is even better.
So,
But I don't know what the holdup is because I thought that
well, we
they
have
had
to-
already, I thought they'd already approved it.
No, we didn't approve it yet because we haven't had a meeting.
Oh, city
Ah,
council approved. Oh,
I-
okay.
I thought council approved it at our last meeting.
Did they? I don't recall, and that may be true. Charles, my mind is sort of
A little foggy.
a little
I
foggy.
think so, but I will check and make sure.
And well, if it isn't approved, I'll bring it up at the next, well, do we still have time? Yeah, we still have time, so.
No,
Yeah, I.
No, we
I-
don't. No, we don't.
We need a
We need-
freezer really
the only
bad
thing
up
is
there.
this, like for 4th of July, we had hot dogs left over that were later utilized like for a national
National.
night out.
Mhm.
So that was great, but they were frozen. The buns were frozen and the weenies were frozen, so that was great. We utilized whatever was left over from 4th of July, which I purchased 300 of them. For the 4th of July, we gave out 140 something. I can't recall exactly what it was. And then whatever was left over, we got rid of National Night Out. We no longer have that freezer. So right now, anything that we might have left over for Saturday, because we're gonna have hot dogs and nachos. I would like to freeze them and then we can do the same thing if we have leftovers.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna buy as much, but if we have anything left over, it would be good to freeze it. And that's gonna be Saturday.
So you don't have any freezer at all.
I can
Just-
take them home. I have a large freezer. The ladies
got a
here have
freezer.
large freezers. We can do that. But I mean, it would be ideal to have it there at the community center.
Right.
We would also like 6 more tables, like the ones we already have, just the white
white.
plastic ones that just the legs go in and out.
So do you have any idea how much they cost?
I can get a quote. I saw them at Sam's. I think that's where they picked them up from, at
I
Sam's.
think they
Yeah.
did too.
I think they're
Okay.
from Sam's, but I can get a quote on that.
Get a quote. and
Okay.
We only have 6 now and
Definitely, we could have used them.
some kids had to leave because
So they
New-
could
new
allow
kids
other kids to come in.
come in. And it'd be nice if they could have stayed and enjoyed the rest of it.
Yeah, because we had snacks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also foldable chairs, because the ones that we have at the moment between both bathrooms outside, those are really bad.
You mean regular folding chairs?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
Yeah,
regular,
metal.
yeah, just the regular.
they
How many
have
of
those
them do
at
you
Sam's as
They have,
well.
I can get a quote on those as well.
How many would you need?
Because we also utilize those on market days, like when Penny Paws comes out or Lynette,
Mhm.
just so people won't be standing out in the hot
Yeah,
sun.
I know that.
We put them
Okay.
out.
Mhm.
I don't know how many foldable chairs.
Shouldn't really.
Okay, well, just look at what.
Okay, I'll get
They
a
may
quote.
come in packs, so.
Oh, they do?
I don't know.
know.
You might get like 10 for such,
Oh.
such and such a,
Okay.
We would also like a helium tank.
Mhm.
a helium tank for balloons.
For balloons, just for decorations and to hand out, because it's kind of hard to decorate the community center on the outside and leave them out too long because of vandalism and stuff like that. I
Mhm.
just figured if we could at least put some sort of colorful thing outside, which is balloons. We can also give them out. National Night Out, I know for a fact, you guys were renting one, the city was renting one, and it was like 100 and something.
And, look into being able to store a tank. I know helium's in there gas, but it's under pressure, so I don't know, you might want to check to see if we're allowed to store.
One at the community center, okay,
Yeah.
I can ask.
Yeah, I mean, we could always take it out to the yard, I guess, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
and when we
figured
need
we would highly use it at the community center when we have events like the National Night Out. That would be
4th of July.
4th of July,
Yeah,
all of
all
that
of the,
stuff.
because we're gonna get things going for everything soon.
I would also, maybe that'll be later, a moon bounce or one of those moon jumps to purchase for the city to have. I got one. The lady was nice enough to let me rent it for $100 for this Saturday coming up, which is the 9th. So we're gonna have a Spider-Man moon bounce outside.
Okay, so what would you want?
We're
Something
looking to
similar, but
maybe
that we
buy
can
one
have.
ourselves.
Yeah, that we can have, again, for different events, and we can just have it out there.
A moon, I don't know how much they cost.
Depending on the size. I mean, there's some that are like $20,000, but that's not the one we're gonna look for.
You can
That
get,
one's like the size of this building.
have a
That's
heart attack.
ridiculous.
well,
Well,
even
get a quote.
Sam's.
And I've heard recently, I've seen some horror stories about them not being secured correctly and them
On really
blowing
windy
off with
days, yeah.
kids in them.
The kids don't
Yeah.
want it.
Well, Sam sells a small version for like $200.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, we're not gonna be
Oh,
ridiculous.
get it.
But the thing right now, Jerry was down at the community center. He was trying to hook up my printer. The laptop I had provided, it's an older laptop. And he said that's only 4 RAM. Again, I don't know anything about computers that way. So he said he could suggest a type of computer that would be good for the community center.
But that we definitely needed one
We
down there.
definitely need one,
A computer or a laptop?
a computer.
A desktop.
Yeah, we don't need
computer.
a
A desktop?
laptop. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't need a laptop. I wouldn't be taking it back and forth. But there is things there in the community center that we can use.
So what do you
it
have
for.
down there now?
A laptop I had taken from home,
Oh,
but
is
my
it-
laptop is older.
And it
Okay,
won't,
Not
it's not
enough,
compatible
whatever.
with the printer.
get them to give you a quote on that. too.
Okay. That'll be Jerry. Jerry will come to you guys and tell you which one would be good over there. He said just something small. I'm not gonna be overloading it with files, just something that we can use to print out, especially flyers, things like that, that we need to announce.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's laptop. I looked through all of the March council agendas. I didn't see anything on there for the freezer. So I don't know, maybe it was before March.
Well, we
Mhm.
talked about it at the last meeting
Yeah,
and there hasn't been, I
And
don't know,
the-
maybe it didn't get on the agenda.
I don't know.
And one last thing, that we would need for the community center is a sign saying that it's a community center. We have several canvases there, like the census one.
Would you want to sign out in front, sort of a sign that sticks in the ground or one
No, no,
that's
no.
on top of it?
Something that we could either
Probably.
tie or put up against the building, where the main
like a
ramp is
banner
between both
type
ramps.
thing.
We
We've got
have banners.
Vinyl.
We
Yeah.
have banners
That
and I would be
heavy.
more than happy to make it We would just need to purchase the vinyl, which is called Oracle.
I think using a banner would probably be tempting to vandals.
To vandals and go cut it, make a dress out of it.
Sign
I
maybe
don't know.
too, but
Would they get on a ladder to get to it if we had it up on top?
maybe not, but then
I don't know.
we have the wind too, so.
Mm,
Whatever is possible, whatever is cheaper. I have a lot of people going into the community center, trying to pay tickets or getting
Yeah, they
permits,
still
and
think
they
it's City
yell at
Hall.
me. They yell at me so much.
Because it's not City Hall.
Yeah, and they said
Mhm.
that they were just there 2 months ago getting a permit, and I was like, no.
No, it hadn't been City Hall for.
It's almost a year since.
And then they make me double think like if I'm
Your
okay.
sanity.
Yeah, my
Give
sanity.
them a permit, get a piece of paper. right?
Yeah.
I'll do
Just
it in
take the money
crayon.
next time.
I'll do it in crayon.
Just take the
Okay.
money next time and
Well,
we'll use
draw
it
up
for the
what you want.
community.
We can bring all these things to council, but,
Yeah.
so Mayor, if you check on that freezer, because I didn't see it in any of March's, council meetings.
I think you're correct. I didn't get it on the last meeting, but I will get it on the next one.
Okay, good.
And one other thing, our food. The food has been going good, but come summertime,
We're not gonna
Sure.
be able to continue with the program.
How come?
Well, now the Be a Champion, which is
well,
sponsored by Pepsi.
TDA,
It's Pepsi that now wants the meals to be served and the child to eat it right then and there. Which, since we're remote over here, they would come and deliver breakfast and lunch. We can't have kids there 24/7.
No, that's ridiculous. Why do they want that?
But
Because-
I assume that come the school year again, it'll go back.
We'll come back, yeah, but just for summer,
the
we're
way-
gonna have to cancel. I am looking into
Is there another program that? might-
Meals on Wheels, and there is another program that works with the schools that I'm gonna try to reach out to. That do summer programs at the schools,
Mhm,
or I don't know if you remember, last year, the school buses were bringing lunches
mm.
during the summer. So if maybe I could get in contact with somebody there and just have them deliver them at the community center, we'll figure something out for that. If not, the program's gonna stall for summer, recontinue during the school year.
Yeah, it's gonna disappoint a lot of people.
a lot of people will miss it, that's for sure.
We were doing 70 meals, now they bumped us up to 90, and we run out maybe 45 minutes before
So we-
6:30.
The last person that showed up, we were short.
We
for
were
them.
short for them, yeah.
Yeah, they needed 13 and we had 12.
Mhm.
Better than some nights.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a shame. I wonder why they want to do that.
And then, can I say something?
Sure.
Are you through?
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
I was gonna talk about the AC unit also.
Oh, yeah.
We've been walking in there and I think it doesn't need filters. I checked the filters. But a while ago, there was a leak in one of the machines, the one from the main door, this one.
Front door.
So I think what is it? The Freon's probably,
I thought they had,
yeah, months and months and months ago, but there was a crack in it where
It was
they
leaking.
filled it, but
they didn't fix it.
No, and I think they
So
looked
it-
into fixing it, but it was gonna be way too expensive, so. I
at
don't
that
know.
moment, so the best
So,
thing was
did
just to
you-
fill it.
Did you report it to, do they, we should have said something to.
Priscilla?
Yeah.
Priscilla.
She just had a lot going on and I just saw it on my notes. But I'll get in contact with her and I'll have her
Okay,
call
yeah,
the guys she did.
and find out what can be done because, it's already going to be 90, so it already was
Yeah, we're
90
90.
something.
It was
something.
really hot today when we went
Yeah.
to go do
It was.
Easter stuff.
And it
Yeah.
was hot yesterday with the
Yeah.
food.
And then one last thing is, again, I've been posting about it, but just I'll repeat it here. April 9th, the Easter Bunny's coming to the community center. We will provide food, which is hot dogs and nachos and goodies. There's gonna be an Easter egg hunt, and we're gonna have activities. The moon bounce is gonna be there. And our golf, the disc golf thing is gonna be set up. And it's free for anybody that, from Sandy Oaks that wants to come and join.
Who's gonna be Easter Bunny?
We can't say that. It's the Easter Bunny sister.
Camera.
It's the Easter Bunny sister. Her
Okay.
name is Bonnie. She's coming to Sandy Oaks.
Okay, Bunny.
Bonnie Bunny, Bunny Bonnie.
Okay, you were gonna say
Yeah,
something.
Yeah, I don't want to make anybody mad, but I don't know. I've been thinking about that clothing pantry being moved over there, but not having a fence around it is just, there might be cameras on it, but if it gets vandalized, the building's ruined, everything that we might have stored in there is gone and we're out of building. And so I like the idea of having a fence around it, one way or another. He doesn't like.
It's
that
right.
idea.
I want it to be secure. I don't know. What kind of fence do you?
Well, just like a chain fence.
Well,
'Cause they said
originally-
Chain Fence? or-
that's what they had said. that were
originally they
gonna
talked
extend
about
the fence.
extending the fence that was there and bring it out further. That's what. the
Yeah, and
original-
then that's what the original plan was, and then I think that it went to just be sitting out there.
When, how come they changed the,
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
is the building out there already?
No, it
I
hasn't been
didn't
moved.
See
no.
it, so
No, it's still
Well,
sitting
well,
back there in the storage
well,
area.
we can talk about it.
Okay.
Because we wouldn't want it to be vandalized.
No.
It's a metal building?
No, it's just a little, like a storage, one of
It's a
those,
storage
shed?
building. It's
Yeah,
back there
like
in
from Home
the,
Depot.
Mhm.
I
It's
think it was
great.
originally bought for
They're gonna,
Chris to use for animal control.
as
I
an
think is what
office,
it
but
was.
it's brand new. Right now, that's where we're storing our Christmas stuff, like the Christmas tree. All the gifts that I already purchased for this coming December
Mhm.
for the angel tree. But if we start using it for the clothing and stuff, because that's a big hit. We put stuff out on Mondays.
Mhm.
People come pick up food and they go in there and they get stuff. Some other people bring stuff, and there's a lot of people that want to donate really good things. And I'm telling them to hold off because of storage. That shed was a really good idea to have there for us to utilize as a clothing closet and just storage for, because again, we do want to move forward with all of this stuff. I think we're going on a good path right now. We have good momentum. If we
Okay,
get the
well,
tables, we
you
get
know,
the chairs.
It's not a not done deal to have
Mhm.
it without a fence. We could put a big biohazard sign on it.
with the
Nuclear
red and
thing.
yellow.
Oh,
and
the electricity,
signs.
can we run? Knowing me, I won't turn it off and I'll touch it and I'll be the first one that gets fried.
Okay, well, I'll put it on this list and we'll talk about it and find out why we don't want a fence, but
Actually, it'd be pretty easy to extend the fence out
yeah, Charles and I have
Yes.
some expertise in that.
and put the double gate that we have, we could put that right in front of the door. It wouldn't be a big issue.
Mhm. Yeah, I didn't think it
Good
would be
idea.
hard to secure that better.
Yeah,
Especially with what Priscilla's saying, that it's
Yeah.
getting worse and worse with the vandalism.
yeah, I just feel better.
Yeah,
having it.
hell, you know what they did to me this last Wednesday? They stole my recycle can.
Oh,
I
Oh,
put
yeah.
it- I put it out on Wednesday night, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, my dog started barking like hell. And I went out on my deck with a flashlight and was looking out there. I didn't see anything, but the next morning when I went out, my recycle can was gone. They took the trash too.
At least they didn't dump it
Well,
all
then I
over the
got to
street.
thinking, are they looking for identity theft
Yeah, well,
material?
Well, that's quite possible.
I saw a vehicle pulling away, a white vehicle without lights. you know,
Huh.
But,
Pulling a trash can.
well, I didn't see the trash can, but
Dear.
it's getting worse.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's
It's
bad.
just crazy.
But anyhow, let's move on. If you have no more, any more discussion on the,
Ruth, do you have anything? Did she leave?
She left us.
Yes,
She's
no,
fine.
I did not leave.
her R is still up there.
Do you have anything you'd like to add?
I just want to say, I know it sounds like a lot that the community center is asking for. I know it, but Charles, Tom, have y'all just seen how many people we had on Saturday? It was awesome. It was
It was great.
really great. There was a lot of there was a lot of people there, a lot of families. And it gave us a chance to tell them about next week too.
Yep.
And on that note, even with the vandalism, I think the best way to deter it is to have more families enjoy the park.
Involved.
I agree. The
And-
more people there, the less chance of the vandals having an opportunity.
Right. So my idea, and I was thinking, is if we can possibly set up some poles on both entrances of the subdivision with banners that say park and community center, and then with the address to it. That way more people know, hey, there is a park, and it's a banner, it goes on just one post, and it's like a little side banner.
Yeah, we had talked about having signs that directed people to the park before. We never have followed through with that, but that may be an idea.
Hmm.
Yeah, because you'll see them sometimes, like even going towards like HEB, the banners that will go straight across the street, and they'll tell you about a church or something like
Yeah.
that. But it doesn't have to go all the way across, just like off to the side on both entrances. And that would just, and we would just, it would get people interested and be like, okay, there's a park there, community center, and they'd look that up and look into it,
Yep.
knowing the address. And I think we really do need to do that. If maybe I can get quotes on like some banners, because they're not expensive.
I put a label on Google Maps that says City Park, and there's been 200,000 views of the city park. So,
wow.
yeah, a couple of signs would look good up there.
Yeah.
So if
So-
I can, the next meeting, I'll pull some up and then I'll get quotes on different sizes. But they
Okay,
don't look like they'd be too expensive. And if we can like use the side of the road and put a big pole and then a sign on there, I think that would be awesome.
That's a
okay,
great idea.
get us a quote. and we'll
All
bring it
right.
before council. Okay, if there's no further discussion on agenda item 6, we'll move to 7, discuss and possible action on generating a survey for citizens on ideas they have for additional uses for the park.
And Ruth already
Ruth-
has
yeah, I
done
think
that.
Ruth has done that. Ruth, can you discuss where that is and, or has there been any feedback?
Well, I didn't put it up. I didn't know if the city was gonna put it on the website or if we do it on Nextdoor or how we wanted to proceed with that.
Remember Jacqueline wanted to double check our verbiage and all that stuff.
Well,
I don't think that's
Ruth,
necessary.
Ruth, would you send me an English and a Spanish version of it, and I'll try to get it put on the website, and I'll post it next door.
Yeah, I'll do that.
okay.
Okay.
So that's moving forward then. So if there's no further discussion on that, we'll move to agenda item 8, discuss and possible action on park activities for Easter. And we all
Oh,
pretty much talked about
Sorry.
that
Yeah,
already.
good, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It was really in your purview there. So we'll move on to agenda item 9. Discuss and possible action on ideas and progress on the use of the retired police van. And I know I just put that on there because that is a pending item. And last we spoke of it, it was still being worked on. Has that changed any?
I don't think we're getting it back till like the end of the month.
Okay, well,
Uh, and then I'm gonna try to locate a headlight assembly, because they said the one that in there needs to be replaced. I could see using that to shuttle people to the community center.
yeah.
uh,
Go ahead, Charles.
and we've got the last Friday of the month. There's Grace and Mercy Church is having a food distribution. We could take people there. You know, I could just see that being a community shuttle vehicle. You know, possibly put a bookcase at the back door and do some, you know, library lending. Other than that, I don't know what else we want to do with it.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's what we've talked about in the past, so
Yeah.
we'll have to really wait until we get the thing
Yeah.
back, and if we can find that headlight assembly.
Yeah.
I bet I can.
Yeah, and it would be best utilized as a utility vehicle, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on then if there's no further discussion on agenda item 10, discuss and possible action on developing a bibliothèque at some location. And I kind of floundered on this one. I was going to go to that one down there by the where you the tax office, and I didn't get around to it, but I will make it my
Priority.
what?
Your priority.
My priority this week to go down there. I do have to go into town tomorrow, so I will run by there and see if I can find out what we can do.
Okay.
Anybody else have any better idea?
No, sir. You got this.
Okay. Okay, discuss and possible action on progress on the ARPA grant. And Charles, I think, has sent 3 of those grants in. Am I correct, Mayor?
I sent 3 grant requests in, and I think it's the middle of May when they make the awards. I'll have to double check that.
I think so. I think they do drop the letter saying you're in contention before that, but I don't, if I remember reading it right, I could be wrong though. Hopefully we'll get something out of that.
It would be nice.
And if we do, we'll know better next year that we will know how to do it better.
Well, if nothing else, I've done a lot of shopping, so I know good sources now.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, if there's no further discussion, then I will move on to agenda item 12 and adjourn.
What time?
7:19.
7:19.
Okay.
I hope you have all a good night. I hope you feel better, Charles. I had what you had probably over the weekend.
I think it's the oak pollen.
Yeah, that's what it is for me. I just couldn't get rid of it. I had stuffed all kinds of stuff up my nose and finally overdosed on Benadryl.
I did the electric hookup for the gate at City Hall yesterday. Yeah, and I think, you know, the pollen down there just got to me. So we'll know in another day or 2. All right. Good night. God bless.
All right, good night. Yeah.
Y'all do
Have-
good.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
I guess we need to
when you hit stop, you should get a balloon that said save to the cloud or save to the computer. Save it to the computer. There should be a red thing on there that says end. Are you hearing me?
We're hearing you.
Okay, there should be a red button down there that says end.
Yeah, we click that.
Okay, did you get a balloon above it that says save to cloud or save to computer?
No, it just says end meeting for all or leave meeting.
I think when you hit end for all, you'll get a balloon that says save to cloud or save to computer.